To this point, we have learned the most basic bet in craps, which is called the pass line. Remember, the pass line bet, you're betting with the shooter. First rule of a brand new game with the puck is off, 7-11's a winner, 2-3-12's a loser. That's called craps. Or you could establish a point. You could bet against the shooter, don't pass. I would say most of the time you go to the casino, overwhelming majority of the players are betting pass line with the shooter, not against the shooter. But you will see don't pass at times. And then in the last video, we learned the value of when you make a pass line bet, and let's just pretend we established a point of 9, you could make a second point, or a second bet, I should say, behind that, which is called the true odds. On my table, I allow 10 times odds, so if I bet 5 on the pass line, this would allow me to bet 50 behind it. Now, you have to determine your bankroll. You know, if you have the bankroll to bet 5 and 50 and you're comfortable doing that, then mathematically that's the best thing to do. Obviously, if you don't have that much money that you want to spend or risk, you could lower this bet from 50 on down. Okay, so what we want to learn now is, you know, if you bet the pass line and you establish a point, you have money on one number and that's it. You could play the game that way, but there are other bets you can make. So what we're going to focus on in this video is a second bet you can make that's called a come bet. Okay, so just to illustrate a come bet, let's start a brand new game. I'm going to pick a couple dice. I'm betting pass line. The puck is off. I roll, and I ended up rolling 11. So, okay, that's an instant winner. Okay, so since I won $5, I'll put it in my tray. The puck is still off. Let's roll again. Okay, starting a brand new game one more time. And I rolled another 11. Well, that's great. I just won again. Kind of want to establish a point here. I've hit 2 11s in a row. That's great. This time I rolled an 8. Okay, I've established a point. It's an 8. Okay, so I think we've gone through this before. Now that I rolled an 8, I need to roll an 8 before a 7. I am going to put, I'll just say I had the bankroll to afford it. I'm going to put $50 behind the 8. Okay, now I can make another bet. It's a come bet. Okay, a come bet is with this money, I am starting a brand new game. So on the next roll, if I rolled a 7 or 11, this would pay $5. If I rolled a 2, 3, or 12, I would lose this. And if I rolled any other number, this money would basically be moved to that number, and now I'd have 2 different numbers I can win on. Okay? So let's just play right now. This money is tied to the 8. I made a come bet. Okay, let me take the dice. Let's roll. I ended up rolling a 9. Okay, so this money, the dealer is now going to take this money and put it on the 9. Okay? Now, this is why the come bet's such a great bet. You know how when I rolled the 8, I could put true odds behind it. And remember, the 8 roll, there's 5 ways to win, 6 to lose. So if I bet 50, it would pay me 60. I could now tell the dealer I want odds in my 9. And I could throw $50 out there. And the dealer will take the 50 and they'll offset it to demonstrate that the bottom $5 bet is the original bet. The 50 is the odds bet. It's exactly like what I have over here. I've made a second bet, so this is the true odds. So if I could somehow roll a 9 now, I'd win 5 for the bottom. I'd win 75 for the top, because remember the 9, there's 4 ways to win, 6 to lose. That's a 3-to-2 ratio. That pays 1.5. Okay, so now I have 2 numbers to win on. So remember, I have to roll an 8 before a 7 for this to win. I have to roll a 9 before a 7 for this to win. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll. And I rolled a 5. That doesn't matter. If I wanted to, I could throw out another come bet. Okay, I want to get a third bet working. So I just threw out another bet. I just rolled a 10. Okay, so the dealer is going to move this to the 10. And I can tell the dealer that I wanted odds on the 10 and throw the 50 on the table. So now I have, if I can roll an 8 or a 9 or a 10 before a 7, any of these bets would win. Now I have 3 numbers that I can win on, not just 1. Now, the reading I've done with craps is you got to be careful about getting more than 3 bets working, because here's the issue. I have now put $165 on the table. I'm going to have to win something here to, I'm going to have to win some money. I got 165 out there. If I roll a 7, I'm going to lose it all. So I'm going to need to win a couple here to kind of win back to get ahead. And then after that, it's like if you can win a couple and get ahead, now it's all gravy. Now you're making profit after that. So let's see if I can hit that 8, 9, or 10. And I rolled a 9. Okay, perfect. So what's going to happen is because I rolled the 9, the dealer would pay me 5 for the bottom. They would pay me 75 for the top. And they would return this money to me. So when I think about it, I just won 80 bucks. So I've just covered half of it right there. Now, I'm down to 2 bets again. If I roll an 8 before a 7, I would win. A 10 before a 7. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put another come bet out there. I'm going to get a third bet going. Now remember, on the next roll, 7 or 11, this would win. 2, 3, or 12, this would lose. Okay? So let's go ahead and roll it. I just rolled a 6. Okay? So this money's going to roll to the 6. I'll take another $50 odds. I'll throw it out there for the dealer. The dealer will put the odds in the 6. Okay? So I have 3 bets working. Just to, I know I'm on my video. I'm just going to, let's just pretend on the next roll. I'm going to pretend I rolled an 8. Okay? So I hit my point. Because I hit my point, I'm going to get paid 5 for my pass line. And remember, 50 would pay 60 behind. Okay, so now that I hit my point, the puck is going to be turned off, and I'm going to start a brand new game. Okay, so this is something we'd have to talk about because this situation hasn't come up in my prior videos. Remember, when the puck's off, we're starting a brand new game. When the puck is on, we're in the middle of the game. When the puck is off, there is a second meaning, okay, to that. These bets, the pass line bet and these come bets that I made, once I make those bets, I cannot pull them off the table. They are not optional anymore. It's like a blackjack bet. If I put $20 on a blackjack hand, I can't look at my cards and say, I don't like it, now I want my money back. Once it's bet, it's bet. These $5 bets, once they're bet, they're bet. The odds bets, you can pull back anytime. Like if I get queasy, I can say, you know, I just don't trust things right now. Dealer, pull my odds down, and they would pull them down and return them to you. Okay? When the puck is off, we're starting a brand new game, but it has a second meaning. These optional odds bets are also off. Okay, so what I mean by off is on the next roll, remember we're starting a brand new game, regardless of the roll, these $50 bets, those odds bets, I cannot win or lose money based on the next roll. Okay, so let's say I rolled a 7 on the next roll. I would get paid here, but these 2 bets I lost because remember I had to roll a 6 before a 7 or a 10 before a 7. So those would be lost, but since the puck is off, these bets were off. That money would be returned to me. Okay? Let's pretend that the puck was off and my next roll was an 11. Well, these bets would be unaffected. I would get paid 5 for the pass line. Let's say the next roll was a 2, 3, or 12. These bets are unaffected. I would lose the pass line here, and I'd be playing another game. Okay? Let's say the next roll happened to be a 10. Okay? The puck would be turned on the 10. Because the puck was off, this would be returned, but I would get paid 5, because remember, I rolled a 10 before a 7. I would win here, and this would be given to me. Now, when I'm on the 10, I could then make another odds bet for the pass line. And since I only have the 6 and 10 working, I could make a third come bet, and I could keep playing. Okay, so we'll just roll here a little bit. So again, this shows you the come bet's a great bet because you get to make the second bet, which is the true odds. Remember, the true odds is the one bet in the casino that they pay you correctly for the risk. So that bet definitely reduces the house edge to almost 0. So anytime you can take advantage of the odds, that's great. I'm rolling, and I just rolled an 8. Okay, so this money would now be on the 8. I can make a $50 odds bet. So now I have the 6, 8, and the 10. Okay, the 10. So if I can hit any of those numbers right now, I'm going to win. There's only one number I do not want to roll. It's a 7. Next roll, I rolled a 4. That didn't matter. Okay, next roll, I rolled a 7. Okay, so now that I rolled a 7, that means I did not roll a 6, 8, or 10 before the 7. That means these bets all lost. The table gets cleared, turn the puck to off, and the dice are going to move to the next shooter. Okay, so there are a series of other bets beyond the pass line you can make. This video talked about the come bet. we're going to talk about the field and all these bets in here, and we're going to talk about place. I think in the next video I'll talk about placing numbers, which you'll learn. Like, placing number means calling out a number and directly betting on it. But if you're looking to cut the house edge as much as possible, the come bet is the next best bet, is the next bet you should make after a pass line bet.